Well, the start of the new year means the beginning of several new laws in California, and some of those laws will impact your wallet. Others will impact your health and well-being.
Joining us now to talk about some of these laws and how we might be impacted by them is Neama Rahmani, a former federal prosecutor and president and co-founder of West Coast Trial Lawyers. Thank you so much for joining us. So one of the first new laws we want to talk about is this wage transparency. So what does this law require of employers, and how can job seekers make sure that they're getting all this information?
Lots of new laws in 2023, and a lot of them are targeted at fighting gender discrimination. The biggest is probably SB 1162, which requires employers with 15 or more employees to post job salary ranges for all postings, and also allows employees to inquire and get information about the pay range for this position. This allows workers, particularly women, to find out if they're underpaid and to find better opportunities elsewhere.
Well, speaking of, a new law aims to eliminate the so-called pink tax. So what is this, and how will this law hold retailers accountable?
Well, for years, there's been a practice by some companies to charge more for the same item that men and women both use. So we're talking about razors, shaving cream, lotions, shampoo, and the like. This new law prohibits the pink tax, and it applies to items that are substantially the same. They have the same purpose, same design, same use, manufactured by the same companies. And if they are substantially the same, companies are prohibited from charging more because one item is made for a woman as opposed to a man. And interestingly, it also applies to toys. So you can't charge more for that red or pink bicycle.
Interesting. Yeah, I've noticed that, disposable razors, if they're pink, they cost more. Go figure. All right. Well, a couple other new laws focus on abortion and reproductive rights in California, a big hot topic. So do these new laws actually change anything for us living in California? And if so, what is different?
Well, AB 2223 is one of the big ones. It protects women who have an abortion, even if it's self-induced, from civil or criminal liability. We rarely see criminal prosecutions for abortion in California, but there have been a couple recent cases there in King County. And of course, civil liability, that's in response to laws passed in states like Texas and others that hold people civilly liable for either performing an abortion or helping someone who has an abortion. And then SB 523 is a new law that really expands the protections for California workers and says just like employers can't discriminate based on race, religion, national origin, or gender, they can't discriminate against an employee who is making a reproductive decision. So if a worker needs to have an abortion or even have a vasectomy, that is now protected under California law.
Very good. Mr. Rahmani, Neama Rahmani, president and co-founder of West Coast Trial Lawyers. We want to thank you so much for spending time with us today, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much.
Oh, that was great.